Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask. It is Monday, June the 28th. Today is National Paul Bunyan Day. Sounds like a tall tale to me. What do you think?
Sounds like a sore toe.
Sounds like a what?
A sore toe.
A sore toe. Oh.
A bunion.
I see what you're doing there. National Alaska Day. Happy Alaska Day. National Insurance Awareness Day. Are you aware of insurance, Heidi?
I am very aware of insurance.
And it's National Logistic Day if we can get all the logistics worked out. Oh, it's also a Movie Star Monday. Did I mention that? My guest today is Hayley Hasselhoff. You might know her dad, Mr. David Hasselhoff. We've talked to her sister on this program, Tay Hasselhoff, and now we're going to have his other daughter, the other sister, Hayley Hasselhoff. She was in Sharknado
excited.
4, Heidi. That's
my goodness.
You know, some experts say that was the best Sharknado. We're going to be chatting with Hayley Hasselhoff coming up in a bit. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A recent study finds consumers consuming caffeine even 6 hours before bedtime could be ruining their sleep. The lead author of the study says decreasing caffeine intake starting 6 hours prior to bedtime could help reduce the impact on a person's sleep/wake cycle. Do you think that sounds like common sense?
You would think so.
You're telling me I shouldn't have 9 espressos right before I go to bed?
Really?
2 Red Bulls? It's going to cause a problem. And a new study finds that the vast majority of people would donate a part of their liver to a family member in need. I would, in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. At first, I'd see which family member. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I would any one of my family members.
It's just a part of your liver. Your liver is going to regenerate, so.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. A Green Bay woman allegedly made a bomb threat to a place called Vandervest Harley-Davidson after her ex-fiance continued with hosting a party scheduled for their wedding day. According to the criminal complaint, back in June 18th is when this happened, 6:45, authorities responded to this Harley-Davidson location for a suspicious situation. The owner said 32-year-old Amy Rizzo allegedly made a Facebook post about, quote, bombing and shooting up the building. Authorities spoke with the ex-fiance, said they got into an argument. She called off the wedding. The ex-fiance did not want to lose the money for the food and the DJ and the drinks and the venue, so he made the decision to have the party anyway. And that's when she was like, oh, yeah? I don't like that. So she said she was going to shoot up the place, which she wasn't really going to shoot up the place. She was just angry. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She's still going to go to prison for like 3 years for terroristic threats. They had to evacuate the building. It's a bad deal. And I guess maybe she wasn't drunk when she did this. I just saw in here drinks. I saw a DJ and drink. I thought she was drunk. As it turns out, she was not. She was crazy.
Wow.
Whole different thing.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment has signed a multi-movie deal with a company called, am I saying this right? Netflix? Yeah, everybody's heard of those guys. Despite the deal, though, Steven Spielberg said he is still committed to theatrical experience movies as well. So he's going, yeah, we're doing a multi-movie deal with Netflix, but we're still going to also put out stuff on the big screen. So Alex Rodriguez moved into a place in the Hamptons, a mansion just 1 mile from his ex J-Lo's home. immediately sparked a new romance rumor. He
I'm
was
sure, yeah.
spotted with an attractive brunette. And comedian Bill Maher is in the news because he said he's threatening to leave California over the state's failed government. So,
Okay.
there you go. Bill Maher. Big
That
screen.
actually
It is
doesn't
interesting.
surprise me because he's been very vocal lately.
There's a lot of people. It's just a lot of stuff.
Very vocal.
Moving on. Big screen, little screen. Brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of RadioSavings.com. A new report shows that federal agents have opened investigations into 10 Tesla crash deaths since 2016. So it's a terrible story. I'm really sad to hear that all this stuff is going on. But at least they're doing some investigation, trying to find out what happened and how can we maybe stop it. The U.S. Navy performed a bomb test in the Atlantic Ocean that registered as a 3.9 magnitude earthquake all the way into Florida.
So
that's-
that would have been kind of cool to see.
Yeah, I suppose it'd be cool to see, but also just
It's a little
make sure
scary, but
yeah,
it'd
exactly.
be... Yeah.
Imagine being a
Cool.
fish swimming around out there. Like, what was that all
What
about?
on
What
earth?
did we do to you? And the New Hampshire bar patron who ordered 2 chili dogs and some fried pickle chips and drinks earlier this month is in the news because there's nothing so special about chili dogs, fried pickle chips, and drinks. But when this person left the staff with a $16,000 tip. The female bartender was absolutely shocked. So that's pretty cool. It'd be awesome to be in a position to do
Wouldn't
that.
it be great to be able to do that if you received
Yeah.
truly stellar service?
Like,
Absolutely.
what do I owe you for some chili dogs and chips and stuff? And they're like $16.
Yeah.
How about I give you $16,000?
Wow.
A Nebraska man has completed 60 naked skydives in just 24 hours. What? What is that all about?
60 naked skydives.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Was he wearing a parachute at least?
Where did you say?
It was in Nebraska. Not where I was expecting.
Okay.
Yeah. And one of
At
the
least
other...
there's lots of like vacant areas where
Yeah.
you could do something like that in
Yeah, it's a
Nebraska
wide
and
open
not have a huge crowd around you.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's going to do it. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Our guest today is Hayley Hasselhoff. Her dad, David Hasselhoff. She was in Sharknado 4. Bunch of other fun stuff. Got a new project right now called Redefine You. Tell us about it, Hayley.
Redefine You, a conversation for well-being, is all about having open and honest conversations with friends of mine in the industry about their ownership of self, their mental health journey. As when one shows their vulnerability in such a way, you start to actually reflect back in within yourself and figuring out how to take ownership of who you are. We're also going to be speaking to different experts and practitioners about breaking down well-being stigmas and helping you build your personalized toolbox so that you've got those tools to help you get through the most challenging days.
Many people struggle with something, but they're afraid to talk about it. I love the fact that you're saying, hey, we need to talk about it.
It's a vital thing. You know, what people forget is our mental health is just as important as our physical health. It's anything this doctor has taught us is that the world went through a collective anxiety. It's starting to open up this relatability and knowing that it's okay to not be okay all of the time, and that you can still live a beautiful, strong life and struggle and succeed. You know, there's 650 million people globally are suffering with a mental health condition, and 1 in 5 will suffer in America alone with a mental illness. So if we start to destigmatize the conversations and we allow yourself to really validate and take ownership for your mental health condition like anxiety or social anxiety, it starts to release the weight and the fear of what other people may think of it, and release also the self-judgment that comes with it when you don't feel like you can speak openly about it with your friends or your family or your coworkers when you are feeling this way. And I really hope that these conversations not only help inspire you to really look within and be able to take ownership in who you are and feel validated in those feelings, but most importantly, also feel supported in this journey to destigmatize the conversations so that you can more freely live about saying, all right, I have anxiety today. And sometimes when you claim it, it allows you to live more freely in that moment and start to actually decrease those feelings and allow you to really be present.
And sometimes we got to just say, I'm not okay, but that's okay because I can admit that I'm not okay, and now I need some help.
That's probably one of the biggest things that I've learned over my course of my mental health journey is I've always said, if I can say that I'm not okay, then I know that I'm actually okay, right?
Absolutely.
And it's the first moment in being able to take that step forward. So I think as much as we've kind of kept it in for so many years to try and have this perfectionism or glamorizing our lives, it's about time to be able to show the humanity in our struggles and the beauty in them as well, because they make us human. And that we need to go through struggling moments to actually get to the great ones, and that's okay. So hopefully it just projects a lot of people that they can relate to that have either been in their shoes or are going through the exact same things they're going through. And when you start to be able to give that outside yourself, you go, oh my God, I'm not alone. And maybe I'll be able to hear something in this story that relates to me and what I need right now to be able to feel like I can walk alongside my mental health condition instead of allowing it to control me.
Absolutely. Now, Hayley, I can only imagine what it was like growing up being David Hasselhoff's daughter and being in the public spotlight all the time. That had to be really tough.
I look back at it into my life and I go, well, at the end of the day, I didn't know anything different, So this is something that I was just born into. And I would say that, to be honest with you, take away the pressures of just living in a family, but more the pressures that everybody deals with just as a curve girl in high school. That was something that really did define a lot of my struggles growing into myself, and that actually then led into my success with my self-acceptance. Because I got into the industry on my own merit at such a young age, as a curve model, I started working at 14. Back then, in the media, nobody was speaking about curve or the shapes that beauty comes in all different shapes and sizes. And I was getting to go to set and seeing these, women who were in their early 20s who were voluptuous and toned and fit and confident. And I was like, that's what I want to be. And I kind of felt the need and duty within my own voice to really start to talk about, body activism and being able to help encourage people to see themselves represented, which really, I think, helped me a lot along the way of maybe the pressures that were alongside us within our family, because I found my purpose at a very young age and I found what I was really confident in talking about, but most importantly, the things that I was amplifying alongside a modeling career were also things that I had to reflect on myself, and I had to look within and I had to check in with me and go, where are you at today? What's your relationship with your body image at an age that I don't think many are really encouraged enough to be able to check in with themselves without shame and without judgment.
Again, our guest today has been Hayley Hasselhoff. Her new project, Redefine You. I've got a link to all the info in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Pigs are constitutionally protected in Florida. Written in 1838, the Constitution of the state of Florida guarantees the right of privacy, the freedom of speech, and the right of pregnant pigs to be free from cages.
Freedom of speech to pigs?
Unlike many crazy, outdated laws, this amendment is recent. It was passed in 2002, comes from a well-meaning place, the prevention of cruelty to animals. During pregnancy, a pig must not be caged or even tethered, such as it could, so it couldn't turn around all the way around freely. So,
well, okay, but what does that have to do with freedom of speech?
I don't know. I think they threw that in just to make you smile. I'm not sure. It's bizarre, Heidi. That is why
It is bizarre.
Today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, radiotravelgroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline Italy. An Italian TV presenter, Paola Ferrari, has gone viral. And there's people all over the world who know this TV presenter from Italy now. Why? Because the way she moved and like crossed her legs, they're saying people are saying it's like the basic instinct thing.
Sure.
She's saying, no, that is not what happened at all. Either way, video of her is flying all over the internet, and there's some people that have even edited video to make it funny. But I kind of feel bad for this person because she's like, I don't know if I want to be famous for that. I'm a journalist. I'm on TV. I do serious stuff all day long. And then when she was, sitting and she had her legs crossed and she crossed them another way.
Right.
And there were people like, oh, we could see up her skirt.
Right.
So either way, that happened in Italy. That is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Texas man wanted on several charges tried to elude deputies. Guess where he hid, Heidi?
Where?
In a chicken coop.
Oh, lots of chicken stuff.
But here's the thing. If you're in a chicken coop, guess who else is in there? Chickens. And they make noise. And that kind of gave him up. 23-year-old Ivan Kurtov being sought on an active warrant for assault, authorized use of a motor vehicle, and burglary. I'm sorry, unauthorized use. Otherwise, they probably would have been fine with it. He was detained. He was evading the police and hid in a chicken coop. Allegedly fled the scene, got underneath this chicken coop or wherever it was. Online records say he will be arraigned in court on the 20th of July.
He would have been fine, but chickens had just gotten freedom of speech as well. So,
for those of you listening earlier, pigs have freedom of speech in Florida. This did not happen in Florida. This was in Texas. There you go. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by Radiosavings.com. A man accused of stealing a U-Haul van and spray painting it to disguise its identity was arrested by state police. 25-year-old Austin O. Wisemore drove a U-Haul from Florida to New York back in March. Police say he never turned it back in. U-Haul was trying to find this thing.
Yeah,
police said they did find this thing because, well, it looked just like a U-Haul, but it had been spray painted black. Still had U-Haul logo very visible. Spray paint caused $10,000 in damage.
oh man,
He's accused of removing the catalytic converter as well. That's worth about $1,000.
What on earth would you even
I don't
want
know.
with a U-Haul?
Well,
after
I
you've
think he was
moved
like
anyway?
selling the parts off of it from the sounds of it. I have no idea. I have no clue. Criminal mischief, grand larceny, bunch of felonies. Taken to the jail where he's awaiting arraignment. That's why we call this today's Moment of Duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, are you ready?
I guess.
You've had a stellar week.
Yeah, I have.
Last week and a half, 2 weeks. You've not done great. So I'm going to give you another chance here.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I should like spell it out for you or something. Do you want help or no?
No.
Okay. The answer is rehab. All right, here we go. All right, Mountain View, Idaho Falls, Idaho. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab
It's
center?
a rehab center.
Hey, good job, Heidi.
Thank you.
You know, how awful would it have been if I would have...
If you would have lied to me.
I had to throw you a bone because I just felt bad for you.
Thank
She's
you.
been weeping, hasn't been getting sleep, hasn't eaten in a week. I mean, it's got to stop,
I wish that
Heidi.
was the case. That'd be a heck of a diet program.
That is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by timeforrehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. I think this is just amazing. It says, here's a headline, nothing like how movies depict it. A man rescues a couple of people from a burning car. Oh. Yeah. It's a night Gabriel Lasserin will never forget. The shuttle driver from Ben's B&R Auto Wrecking in Oregon was on just regular evening shift, and he spotted a car crash, and the vehicle was in flames. The young man, this gentleman saw a young man and woman were trapped inside screaming for help. And he said, I wasn't really sure what was going on at first. Then I realized, wow, this is like fight or flight moment. At 2:15 a.m., the 43-year-old decided, time to fight. He jumped over the embankment. He used some tools from the tow truck, managed to pull the two occupants from the car moments before it exploded. He said, it's nothing like how movies depict it.
Right.
He said it was so much harder to actually deal with physically, no matter how strong I was, and emotionally. The thoughts and decisions I had to make at a split second. I just had to put myself aside and say, I have to do this.
Right.
He said there was a moment when I literally thought, I might die. If I get close enough to that car right now, if I go back, they might die. So he's thinking, if I don't help them, they could die. If I do help them, I could die. That's tough stuff, man. Anyway, there's some video footage of this car. It is extremely engulfed in flames. So this is a story that is just amazing. Talk about,
is, yeah.
What do I say when we see stuff like this, Heidi? Hero. Hero.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely hero. So he deserves hero for sure. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. If you'd like to read this story or any of the stuff that we talked about in the program for today, we've got a link to the show notes. It's in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.